Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elise. Thank you for choosing my practice for your yoga session today. Today we'll have a gentle yoga class focused on hip opening. So you know, or maybe you don't, that the hips is where we tend to store negative emotion, stress and tension. So today we're opening up and we release and let go. So we'll actually start in a recline butterfly pose. So you can come at the front edge of the mat, separate the feet hip distance, extend the arms forward, tuck the chin, and gently unroll the spine on your mat. Try not to slump the back onto the floor, and once you are there, you can find your Supta Baddha Konasana recline butterfly pose. Join the soles of the feet together. The heels are supposed to be close to the pubic area, but since we are only starting, feel free to move the feet more forward if you need to. Take a moment to really settle on your mat. Make sure your spine is aligned with the tailbone, the pubic floor, the heels. Relax the shoulders onto the floor. Close your eyes and take a moment to settle in. Let's transition between whatever just happened in your yoga practice. You can start by welcoming your breath, your natural, effortless breath. And bring your focus on the air coming in the nostrils, filling up the lungs, the abdomen, and leaving through the nostrils a little warmer. Notice how it feels to be breathing right now, right this moment on your yoga mat. Notice where the thoughts go, but always come home back to the breath. Notice how you're fully supported by the floor. Notice the points of contact between the back of the body and the floor. Make sure your head is heavy and relaxed, shoulders melting into the earth, arms heavy by your side, the knees falling out. And notice the energy between the soles of your feet. And for your intention today, you can think of something that you want to release. Maybe a negative emotion, stress or tension, whatever it is that is nagging you. And you can repeat 3 times, I release, and then whatever it is today that doesn't serve you. And let's start now to take 3 cleansing breaths. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So you can actually empty all the air out of the chest and the abdomen. So exhale deeply. Now inhale deeply through the nose. All the way to the top, and a big open mouth exhale. And again, deep inhale through the nose. Feel the chest expanding, the belly rising all the way to the top. And a big open mouth exhale, and you bring everything back to center. One last time, deep breath in. And a big breath out. Come back to your natural and simple breath. If you want to, you can bring the eyes open, or you can actually keep your eyes closed, just following my voice. So you can Set your feet onto the floor, about hips distance apart. Dig the left foot into the floor. Bring the right knee into the chest. Squeeze the right knee with both hands. And try to bring the knee close to the armpit so we actually release the hip flexors. You can roll your ankle in one direction and then in the other. Alright, now slide the hands behind the thigh, flex the foot and gently straighten the right leg up. So you want to press the heel towards the ceiling and the toes towards you so your foot is nicely flexed. Keep the shoulders onto the floor. Now if you feel that your hamstring are already quite open, it depends a bit on the moment of the day you do the practice. You can move the hands towards the ankle and maybe you can start to move the leg a little closer towards your chest. Take a big breath here. And as you exhale, slide the hands back and bring the right foot onto the floor. Dig the right foot into the floor and now bring the left knee to the chest. Squeeze the left knee to the chest and maybe up toward the armpit. You can roll the ankle in one direction and then in the other. Now slide the hands behind the thigh, flex the foot and slowly mindfully lift and straighten the leg. You might feel that this leg is a little bit tighter than the other. It's fine. Heel towards the ceiling, toes towards you. And if you need a bit of a deeper stretch, you can walk the hands towards the ankle and maybe move the leg a little closer to you. But make sure you keep space between the ears and the shoulder. Don't shrug the shoulders. A few more breaths here. And then hands back and move the left knee, the left foot towards the earth. Good. Now both knees in. And you want to bring one hand on each knee. Flex the feet. And let's start to bring the knees close to the chest and then open to the side. And you make big rotation with the knees. So knees towards the chest, open to the side, back to center. Maybe you hear a little bit of cracking. Good, one more, then back to center and reverse direction. So you move the knees forwards to the side, back to center. Do that a few more times. Good, and then back to center. All right, now extend the right leg and lift the left leg to the floor. Activate the right foot. You can open the arms slightly to the side and we'll do big hip rotation. So you inhale here in the center. As you exhale, you open the left leg to the side. The leg hovers the floor, comes back to meet the right leg, and then inhale, lift the leg to the ceiling. As you exhale, you open to the side. The leg hovers, inhale, back to center. 3 more. You open to the side all the way to meet the right. Use the core to lift the left leg up. And 2 more. You inhale on the way up, you exhale to open, move the leg back forward. Last time, inhale up, open to the side. Good. Now stay here, stay with the left leg next to the right. You can put it on the floor for a moment to rest. Make sure both feet are active and then we reverse the motion, all right? So you open the left leg to the side. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, hover the leg towards the floor and same exhale to open to the side. Inhale up, exhale down, 3 more, open to the side, big rotation with the hip. Engage the belly. 1 more time. And release the left leg to the floor. Now activate the left foot. As you, I need to change side, otherwise I'm gonna hit the wall. Make sure you have space on your right side. So flex the left foot, inhale, lift the right leg up. Open the right leg to the side, hover the floor, meet the left. Inhale to lift and big circle with the leg. 3 more, we do 5 on each leg. You inhale to lift. And the exhale is all the way to the right, back to center, inhale to lift. I think 1 more, I lost count. It's all right. Last time. And then you can bring the right leg back to meet the left. You can hold here for a moment. Make sure both feet are active. And now open to the right. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hover the leg towards the floor and open. Inhale to lift, squeeze the core. Exhale. Big circle, inhale to lift. And exhale, 2 more. We inhale to lift using the belly. Exhale, lower down and open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down and open. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Good. Flex both feet, take a deep stretch. Now point it, flex the toes a few times, the feet. Good. Now bring the knees to the chest. You can roll on the whole length of the spine a few times. And then you can come to seated. Alright, so in your seated position, I want you to first cross the right leg and then the left. So the left is closer to the edge of the mat. Try not to cross your ankle if you know what I'm talking about. So my ankle are pointed towards one another. Flex the feet and really plant the pinky side of the foot onto the floor. So I repeat that the left leg is first and the right leg is closer to me. Now bring the hands forward and start to move the hands forward. And now see if you can push the knee towards the floor. If you need to sit on a little blanket, on a little pillow, you can do that so you elevate the hips. Now let's keep a very active pose here. So you press on the hands. You feel your shoulders retracting. And you should feel that also onto your left hip and potentially the right. Take a few breaths here. You keep past the fingertips or you look towards your thumbs. Now maybe some people can bring the elbows to the floor. Some people can bring the forehead to the floor. See what you want to do here. Make it your own practice. It depends a bit on your flexibility. We stay here for 2 more breaths. Then if you have lower down, come back onto the hands. And now move the hands and the torso to the left. So the whole of the torso is on top of the left thigh. Now move the right hand a little more forward if you can. Drop the right shoulder and you gaze towards the floor so you keep a long neck. Notice the stretches. Deep inhale, deep exhales. 1 more full cycle of breath. And then move back to center. And then move the hands towards you again, lift the torso and switch legs. So now it's the right leg that is closer to the mat, the left leg closer to you. Flex the feet and plant the pinky side of the foot on the floor. See if you can avoid crossing your ankles. Now bring the hands forward, move forward. And again, here you find your variation. Either you keep your arms extended, you press the floor and you gaze towards the thumb, or maybe you can set the elbows onto the floor, or maybe you can go all the way down and see if you can keep pushing the knees towards the floor, especially the right one that is a little higher than the left one. Take a few breaths here, breathing through the hips, staying present, not worrying about the past, about what's coming next, just staying present with the sensations here. Now if you have bent the elbows, straighten out the arms and now move to the right. Torso and arms to the right. The whole of the torso is on top of the right leg. Now see if you can move the left arm and the left hand a little bit more forward. Drop the shoulders and relax here. Deep breath. You gaze towards the floor. You should also feel a good stretch on the whole of the left side. Notice the thoughts, but always come back to the breath and the sensations. 1 more full cycle of breath. And then move back to center and walk the hands back towards you. Good, all right. And from here, let's find our all four position. All right, So your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, the knees under the hips. I'm just gonna come this side so you can see me. Good. Now extend the right leg to the side. And here I want you to roll the inner side of the foot towards the floor and make sure that your big toe is aligned with your knee, all right? So you roll the thigh inward. Tuck the toes of the right of the left foot. Bring the hands forward one step. Take a big inhale here, looking forward. As you exhale, you press the floor away from you and you bring your bum towards the left heel. You can stay here on your arms, or maybe you want to release the forehead towards the floor. I mean, you can keep your head lifted or release. Enjoy the stretches. If you want a deeper stretch, you roll the foot a little more towards the front. And if the bum doesn't touch the heel, it really doesn't matter. Find your edge. One more cycle of breath. Then pull on the hands, lift the bum, find your alignment, set the hands underneath the shoulders again. Now lift the right leg. Keep the right leg lifted, keep pointing the toes. Keep breathing for 5, keep lifting, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, back to tabletop. Ooh, good. Let's do that on the other side. So extend the left leg. Again, find your alignment. Roll the left foot so you roll the inner thigh inward. The toes are aligned with the knee. You tuck or you roll the right toes onto the floor. One step further with the hand. Big inhale. Exhale, push the floor away. Bring the bum towards the right heel. Maybe drop the forehead onto the floor or keep the head lifted but gaze towards the floor. If you want a deeper stretch, you roll the inner thigh even deeper. Enjoy the stretch in the inner thigh, in the whole of the upper body. One more full cycle of breath. Then pull on the hand, lift the bum. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. And now lift the left leg off the floor as high as you can. Make sure you don't sink the hips in the shoulders in the ears. You want to keep your arms straight. Engage your left glute. We stay here for 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale. And exhale, back to tabletop. Ooh, good. Now, keep your toes flexed. Come and sit on your heels for a moment. Bring your wrists together and shake at your wrist a little bit. Make rotation with the wrist in one direction, the other, and then shaking out the wrists. Good. At the same time, a little toe squat. Good, and then come back onto all fours. Keep your toes rolled. Maybe move the hands a little bit more forward. Inhale here, and as you exhale, find your first down dog. So before we start moving it out, I want you to bend the left knee a lot and straighten the right leg. Press the floor away from you. So the left heel is lifted, the left knee is bent, the right leg is super straight. And so you should feel that in your right hip. You gaze towards the back of the mat. The head is fully relaxed. The hands are widely open. Now take an inhale. And as you exhale, you switch. You plant the left heel onto the floor. You straighten the left leg. You bend the right knee a lot. Keep rolling the shoulders out and feel that in your left hip. Engage your belly. Look towards the back of the mat. And then you can pedal out the feet, lifting one heel after the other, finding a bit of movement, maybe sway the hips from side to side, whatever feels good. Good. Now look forward between the hands. Step the right foot and then the left foot forward. Join the big toes. Inhale halfway up. Gentle cobra in the upper back, gaze down, crown of the head reaches forward, engage the core. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, fall forward, bend the knees if you need to. Relax the head, the forehead comes towards the shins, the weight is towards the toes. Now bend the knees, squat down, and as you inhale, find your chair pose. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the arms above the head, chest is open. Inhale, and as you exhale, straighten out the legs, Samasthiti, and release. Good, take a moment here with the arms extended alongside the body. Close your eyes and find yourself in this standing position. Feel your feet grounding into the earth. Maybe your heart beating a little faster. Crown of the head reaching high for the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Good, all right. Let's take one Hatha Sun Salutation. So bring your big toes to touch, find your mountain pose, long line of energy from the feet towards the crown of the head. Arms open up to the side, chest open, tailbone down. Now bring your hands to your heart. As you inhale, lift the arms above the head, look up. Exhale, fall forward, hinge from the hips, relax the forehead towards the shins. Inhale, halfway up. As you exhale, bend the knees, hands on the floor, and bring the right foot back. Good, now start to sink the hips a little lower. You don't want to have the bum lifted, so come onto the balls of the right foot. Left knee on top of the left ankle, look forward, straighten out the spine. Inhale here. As you exhale, find your high plank. Now you can already set your knees onto the floor if you need to, or hold your plank with me. Shoulders on top of the wrist, heels on top of the feet, and feet hips distance apart. Now bring the knees to the floor. Shift the weight forward, bend the elbows in, bring your chin and your chest on the floor for Ashtangasana. Your bum is lifting. Now slide the legs onto the floor. As you inhale, find a cobra. Baby cobra, high cobra, whatever feels good today in this posture. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower down to the floor, forehead onto the floor. Tuck all 10 toes. You have the choice to come into a tabletop or to press in a high plank, and then we all meet in downward dog. If you need to move a little bit in the position, don't hesitate to do it. Now as you inhale, lift the right leg, flex the right foot, so don't open the hip too much here. Look forward, and as you exhale, step the right foot between the hands, low lunge, right knee above the right ankle. Inhale, elongate the spine, look forward, and as you exhale, fold at the front of the mat, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, press onto the feet. Inhale, circle the arms up, look towards the hands, and as you exhale, hands to the heart. Left side. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. Exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Relax the head, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway up. As you exhale, bend the knees, hands to the floor, left foot steps back. Right knee on top of the right ankle, left toes lift. Make sure you sink the hips low. Inhale to look forward, straighten out the spine. As you exhale, find and hold your plank or bring the knees onto the floor. You want to firmly press the floor away from you. Gaze between the thumbs. Engage the belly, the glutes, the thighs. And then knees to the floor, shift forward, bend the elbows in, chin, chest onto the floor, the bum is lifted. Slide the legs in. As you inhale, find a cobra, maybe a higher cobra, maybe a baby cobra, you decide. Now you have the option to come to the floor and then press into a high plank or all fours, and we all meet in downward dog. So inhale. Third option is to tuck the toes, and as you exhale, lift up and back, downward dog. And we all meet here to find our breath. And now as you inhale, lift the left leg, flex the foot. Look forward as you exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale to look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the right foot forward and fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, press onto the feet. Inhale all the way to the top, look up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And release. Good, take a moment here. Notice the sensations, tingling in the fingers, energy flowing. Take a big breath. And exhale. Alright, let's continue. Find your mountain pose again, hands to the heart. As you inhale, rise, maybe find a gentle back bend if that makes you feel good. As you exhale, fold forward, relax the head. Inhale, halfway up. And as you exhale, you find your downward dog right away. Make sure your hands are about shoulder distance, your feet are hips distance, middle finger pointing towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the right leg up, bend the knee and open the hip. Nerea, if you're doing this, I am sorry, I know you don't like it, but everyone is doing it. So you want to have the right heel towards the left glute, the right knee is pointing up to the ceiling, and you should feel your right butt cheek firing up. One more big breath. And then inhale. As you exhale, look forward, bring the right foot on the outside of the right hand for lizard lunge. Now make sure your shoulders are stacked above the wrist, and you see here, you can't even see my right leg. It's hidden behind my arms, which means that my shoulders and my knee are in contact. Now I give you option. You can lower down the left knee, flatten out the left foot. That's a really good lizard pose. One option. Second option, you can come onto the forearms. If you have yoga blocks, you could set your forearms on the yoga block. You can also keep your left knee lifted and come onto the forearm with the knee lifted. Now make sure the right foot is on the outside of the right of the mat. You can bounce back and forth, finding a bit of movement, finding your edge, and see how good that feels. And then come back to center. Now everyone set the left knee onto the floor. And you can come back onto the hands. You can bend the left knee. You lift the right arm forward. As you inhale, you lift the right arm up and back, and you come and you grab is that your left foot? It's your left foot. Now the first thing you want to do is kick the foot into the hand, and you gaze back, so at the same time you twist. So try to open the chest as much as you can to the right. Now if you feel that you need a deeper stretch, you can also come on your left forearm. And then you can very gently bring the heel towards the glute, and you should feel a good stretch in your quad. You can gaze towards the back over your right shoulder and soften. Every time you breathe out, you can soften. We'll take 2 more breaths. And then inhale. As you exhale, release the left foot slowly with control. Bring the right hand back to center and come back on the hands. Now heel to the right foot to the left to find your pigeon pose. So you set the right shin onto the floor, flex the right foot, tuck the toes of the left foot and slide the leg as far back as you can, point the toes. Now if you feel that you're sitting onto your right hip, bring something underneath the right glute so you're not sinking in. First thing, nice opening of the chest. So you want to press onto the hands, open the chest, grow the spine tall. Now if that's enough, you stay here, or maybe you can come onto the forearms. Maybe that's enough, or you can extend the arms all the way forward, relaxing the forehead onto the floor and relaxing your shoulders. You can also bend the elbows and make a little pillow with the hands. And let's take 5 breaths here, breathing out through the right hip. And with every out breath, you can soften. Make sure you relax the jaw, the forehead, Shoulders are soft. Take 2 more breaths. And then as you inhale, come back onto the hand, lift up the chest. Now if you have something underneath the right hip, remove it. Sit onto the right hip. Swing the left leg forward and bring the foot into the hand for Heron Pose. First option is to keep the knee bent. It's good. Second option is to straighten out the left leg. Now you don't want to be here straight, all right? You really want to be straight. Gaze to the horizon. Find one single point of focus wherever you are. One more breath. Now from here, let's twist in our Heron Pose. So you can release the right hand. Bring the right hand on the outside of the left foot. You can do that with the knee bend. You can do that with the leg extended. Now bring the left hand onto the chest, and with the left hand you roll the torso to the left, and then you straighten the left arm to the back, pointing the fingers towards the back of the room. Make sure you sit on both sit bones, thumb lifting up. Again, you can do that with the left leg bend. Straighten out the spine, space between ear and shoulder. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, move the left arm back and set the left foot onto the floor. Good. Now from here, let's find our pigeon back. So swing the left leg back again. Inhale for your pigeon. Tuck the toes, look forward, lift the right knee and find your downward dog again. Ooh. Take a moment to notice the difference between the right leg and the left leg. Sensation in the hips, tightness, more openness. And let's do that on the other side. Now as you inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee and open the hip. Gaze underneath your left armpit. The knee is pointing up to the ceiling. The left heel is going towards the right butt cheek. And you keep pressing onto the hands. And breathe. One more full cycle of breath. Now as you inhale, straighten the left leg. Look forward, and as you exhale, step the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Lizard lunge. So you see here, again, you can't see my left arm. It is right behind the shin. You can set the left knee onto the floor if you want to, or you can keep lifting it up. That's up to you. Make sure you gently press the elbow against the knee and knee against the elbow. Now you can stay here, swaying back and forth onto the hands, or you can come onto the elbows with the knee lifted or with the knee down. Your choice, make it your own practice. Find a bit of movement. All right. Now if the knee is up, bring the knee down. Everyone can first come onto the hands. Now bend the right foot, extend the left arm forward. As you inhale, lift the left arm up and back, and come and place the right foot into the left hand. First you kick the foot in the hand, so we also have a nice opening of the shoulder, and you can smile. Yoga is so much better when you smile. Now if you want to, you can come down onto your left elbow. That's also an option, so it's a deeper stretch. And then bring the heel towards the glute, and you keep gazing back, and you really twist the torso towards the left side, so we have a nice twist at the same time. Relax your face, the jaw, the shoulders. One more cycle of breath. Then with control, release the left foot. Bring the left hand back to center. Tuck the toes of the right foot. And now find your pigeon here. So you heel toe the left foot towards the side, towards the right side. Bring the shin onto the floor. Slide the right leg as far back as you can, pointing the toes. Flex the foot, the front foot. Now if you feel that you're sinking onto the left hip, bring a pillow here. As you inhale, lift up the chest tall and nicely. As you exhale, come onto the forearms. Now you can stay here if it's enough, or you can extend the arms all the way forward, or you can bend the elbows and bring the forehead onto the top of the hands. And you breathe through your hips. Nice, deep, long breath through the hips and soften. Release any tightness with every out breath. Take one more full cycle of breath. And then come back onto the hands, lift up the chest. Remove the block, the pillow, or whatever you have underneath the left hip, and then sit on it. Swing the right leg forward. Bring the right foot into the hand. Kick the foot into the hand and then the hand back. You want to have first a nice 90-degree angle in the knee. Look forward. If this is enough, you stay here, or you can straighten out the right leg, pressing the heel towards the ceiling. Now don't be here. Straighten up the spine. Sit bones digging into the earth. One single point of focus. And now from here we can twist. So you can gently release the left hand. Now the left hand come on the right side of the foot, on the pinky side of the foot. Right hand onto the chest. Roll the chest towards the right. And then extend the right arm towards the back of the mat. Make sure you keep your sit bones into the floor. Make sure you keep kicking the foot in the hand. You can do that with your knee bend. The right thumb is up towards the ceiling, arm parallel to the floor, and keep twisting the chest to the right. One more full cycle of breath. And then slowly bring the right arm back forward. Bring the right foot into the earth. 3, swing the right leg back. Find your pigeon again for one breath. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, inhale, and as you exhale, find your downward dog. And notice the difference, notice the sensations. Press the hips up and back. Now look forward, let's find a Yogi Squat. So bring the left hand outside of the right, bring the left foot outside of the left hand, right foot outside of the right hand, sink the hips low. Now you can sit on a block. You can roll the mat underneath your heels. You could also bring block underneath the heels. Your toes are turned outward. Your knees are in the same direction as the toes. Elbows inside of the knees, pressing the knees away, and the thumb are towards the sternum. So you're not sinking, you really want to lift. It's also a good stretch for the lower back. Your gaze is forward. Now let's find a little bit of movement here. As you inhale, you open the chest, you press the knees out, you look up. As you exhale, you press the elbows against the knee, you shoot the arms forward, you gaze towards the floor, and you bring the head in. As you inhale, you press the knee, you open the chest, you look up, thumb towards the sternum. As you exhale, the knees press onto the elbows, you straighten the arms forward, tuck the chin. One more time. Inhale to open, look up, open the chest. And as you exhale, you shoot the arms forward, knees in, chin in. Inhale back to center. Good. Now very slowly release the hands, bring them behind you. Find a seat and find your butterfly pose. So bring the soles of the feet together, move the pubic floor closer to the heels. Now with your hand, with your 3 first fingers, you make a hook and you grab your big toe. You make a toe lock. Now you hinge back, Balance on your tailbone for a moment, find your sweet spot of balance, and start to straighten out the legs. Now maybe you are here and it's alright, but you don't want to be here, you want to keep a long spine. And you can play around, extending one leg, bringing it back, and then the other. Or maybe you can do both at the same time, but keep lifting the chest, straightening the arms, opening the legs wide or not. Find your variation. And you can keep smiling here. One more breath. And then with control, my friends, bring the soles of the feet back together. Find your butterfly. Now grab all 10 toes. Pull on the toes. Inhale, lift up the chest. And as you exhale, fall forward. The forehead comes towards the floor. You can have the elbows inside of the thigh or the calf muscles. And the idea here is to bring the belly button towards the heels. So keep opening the chest, bring the shoulders down, and really use your feet as leverage to pull you closer to the floor. 2 more deep cycle of breath. And then inhale. And as you exhale, you can slowly release. Good. Now extend the legs forward. Cross your left leg onto the right. Flex the feet. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. And as you exhale, find this variation of a forward fold. Your hands must be somewhere. Maybe they're on the side, maybe they're on your shins, maybe they are behind the heels. Find your variation. Keep your chest nicely open. Every time you inhale, you lengthen the crown of the head forward. And when you exhale, you can go maybe a little deeper. So your chest is in contact with your left thigh. Now firm the belly. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. And exhale, release. Uncross the legs and cross right over left. Activate the feet. Lift up the chest. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. The hands must be somewhere. They can't be hanging into the air. As you inhale, you lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you fold a little deeper. Deep breath. One more cycle. Then firm the belly. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. And exhale, release the hands to the floor and cross the legs. Good. Now keep the legs really active. Extend the arms, join the palms, tuck the chin, and very slowly unroll the spine. Vertebra by vertebra. Last thing that comes to the floor is the head. And when the head is onto the floor, the arms travel all the way back. Take a deep stretch, point the toes, and release. Good. All right. Now bring the feet in and cross the right leg over the left as if you were sitting in a chair. You can double wrap if you have that in your practice and find pigeon legs. Now you can interlace the hands, bring them behind the head. Move the hips a little bit to the right so you can move the knees to the left. So either with a double wrap or single cross, that's up to you. And you move your head to the right. Try to soften the right shoulder onto the floor. I know it's not easy, but do your best. Deep breath. One more. And then slowly with control move the knees back to center, the hips as well and the head, and cross the legs. Now cross left over right, maybe double wrap. Move the knees to the left so you have space, move the hips to the left so you have space to move the knees to the right. And you gaze to the other side. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? Big breath. Now slowly move the knees back to center and cross the legs. Release the hands, bring the legs towards the chest, and I want you here to make a cross with your wrists. Cross them over the ankle and grab the pinky edges of the foot with opposite hands. Now lift up the tailbone, the upper back, the lower back, and squeeze yourself into a little ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you can release in Shavasana. We'll do a short Shavasana. You're welcome to stay as long as you want, but let's find at least a minute of stillness here, so the body can integrate these hip opening postures. Release whatever you needed to release today. So let's first find release in your hips. Relax the hips and all the area around. Then relax your legs and your feet. Relax the back onto the floor. Relax the belly and the chest. The back of the head, and relax the whole of the face. And bring a very gentle awareness to your breath. Feeling the air coming in the nostrils, gently opening the chest area and filling up the abdomen. And leaving the body as warmer air, the belly going back to center. Notice where your thoughts go and gently come back to the breath. Don't follow the thoughts. The breath is your anchor in the present moment. And you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you want, or you can come back to the physical sensations by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Moving the head from one side to the other. Extending the arms behind the head, taking a deep stretch. And then bringing the knees towards the chest, so you can roll onto the side. And very slowly come back to a seated position with your legs crossed and your eyes closed, your spine upright, the arms onto your laps. Let the flow of the breath go back to a vertical position. And you can come back to your intention and you can repeat it 3 times again. A release, and whatever it is that you needed to release today. Now bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale. You can bow the head forward in gratitude to yourself for making it on your yoga mat today. Then you can bring the eyes open and lift the head. Namaste. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining this practice. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope it did you some good. Don't hesitate to like and share with everyone who needs a bit of yoga in their life. I am organizing yoga retreat this summer, one in Belgium in August, one in France in Massif du Vercors in July, and one in Spain in October. I will drop a link in the comment box so you can have a look. Have a big glass of water, enjoy the rest of your week, your day, your weekend, and I will see you next time.